And welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Now what I want to do is, let me take care of this print button. So I'm going to go right here. Let's click on the form itself, and here we go straight to the toolbox. Right inside the toolbox I need print document and print preview. Right, I have those two components in there. I'm going to select this print preview and let's go straight to the properties here. And inside the property, I now need to assign the print document straight to print preview. So come straight to the document, drop that down and just assign it. That's it, done. Now the next thing we want to do is, let's come right here. You see this 01? We're gonna need that, so maybe just copy that name. So I want to double click on the print button and press enter, paste that in there, and we just say dash, that's a show dialog. So that takes care of that there. Now I'm going to go back out here, and we want to double click on the print document there. So right inside the print document, I'm going to declare as follows: system column draw, or drawing column, that will be font, and I'll just call that font string equals GC, just in case if you guys don't know what that GC means. Or this very GC, you can see it as garbage collected when the objects become inaccessible. Okay, so let's just continue and take care of this. So I'm going to just copy all of this so that I can define the font I intend to use. Paste that right there. So the font in this case, I'm going to make that, maybe we should set it for Times New Roman. There we go. And let's specify the size of my font. Since it's going to be print, maybe I should go for about 16. I can always change that anyway. Enter a comma there. And the font style, font, there we go. I'm going to make that regular there. And that's all there is to that. So what I now want to do is, I will now ask graphic draw. That's going to be draw string. Put the next there. Right. And what I want you to draw is the content I have in here. I call it receipt. That should actually, maybe I should change that name to payslip. Okay, I'll leave it like that. So text, comma, I'm now going to call my font string, the one right here. That's it. I've just called that in there. That's what covers all of you, different font and font style and size and so on. So let's now assign whatever type of brush you want to use. I'm going to say comma brush. That will be brushes, actually it's called something like that. There we go. And that will be column. I'm going to make it black. You can use whatever color you want. Comma. Now let's position my print preview. I'm going to make it, no, let's make it 100 by 100, comma 100 by 100. That's it. And that takes care of my print preview, or the print device. That's it. Those are the lines of code for the print. I'm going to run it now and let's see how that works. Okay, let's click on print. There we go. That's my print there. So I'm going to click on it. If I enter, let's enter whatever in here. Let's fill that up. And let's hit on the print. There we go, the print is working. That's good. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, that is it. Alright, minimize that and let's close that. That's very good. So print is out of the way. Refresh, reset, and exit is out of the way. So we need this. You see this one? When I click on this, whatever we have in there, I want it to appear there. That's supposed to be my payslip. So I need to change that to payslip. I think receipt is the wrong name. So let's exit out. Back to my design view. Let's go straight to the design here. Select that very button, and I'm going to just change that to payslip. Yeah, that's much better. It's not a receipt, it's a payslip for the employee. Okay, that is done. Now for the payslip, maybe I should just take care of that before we get into the serious ones. So double click on the payslip and right underneath here, that is it. It's still known as receipt. Maybe we should change that name too. Let's come back in there. So I'm just going to change this alone to payslip instead of receipt, but the one on the rich text box, I will leave that as a receipt. So payslip, BTN payslip, that's fine. That's the name, that's the original name. And let's get rid of whatever we may have in here. I'm just gonna go to see, I went to the event and I'm gonna get rid of that. So if I double click on this now, we should be able to, there we go, that's a payslip. So this one is now redundant. You should get rid of itself later on. Okay then, now let's start by entering RT receipt, this very one. I don't want to change it because I've already used it here, but if I change it, that means I have to change everything there. That's no problem, but let's continue with what we're doing. That I want you to clear whatever we might have in there, because we can only print one individual payslip at a time. So the next thing is going to be RT receipt dash append text, and the very first one we want to append, I'm just going to say tab. That is how we write tab in C++. Then plus payslip. This is just the headings. Now come out here, payslip. I'm going to enter tab again, and a carriage return. Let's paste this here, and let's just enter one carriage return there to go to the next line. There we go. That takes care of that. So when you click on that, this is what will happen. This will be displayed as the heading or title. Okay, now the next thing we want to do now is let's take care of the very first candidate, or the very first object, that is the employee ID. I'm just going to copy and paste. So in here, change this to employee ID. Now uppercase ID, and here I'll get rid of this. So that is going to be LBL reference dash X. There. And let's get rid of all of this. You just need only the carriage return there. Yeah, that's the first one taken care of. Alright. Let's take care of the name. Okay, copy this now and paste this one. This one is already has the format that I want. So this is going to be first name, and this is going to be txt first name. Txt first name. There we go. This is surname, and this one is going to be txt surname. Surname. And the next one is going to be txt address. Address there. So that's it. That's how it's meant to be. So I'm going to copy it and just speed this up now, since you guys, I believe, you get the whole idea now. So copy that and just paste that here, and let's speed that up. Alright, I've actually speed that up. So take a good look at those lines of code. Take it from the top here, bring it right down to that's net pay. Let's see if there's any other thing. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it might look a lot, so you can just copy and paste, then modify it. Alright, that's taken care of. So if I run it now, let's see how that's going to work. There, so whatever we have in here, that will, I think we have something in here. Okay, that will automatically appears here if I click on payslip. There we go. That's it. So all we then need to do is hit on print, so we can print out the employee payslip. So that's cool. So close that. One other thing I want to try and achieve is, you see the data I have in there. If I click on this, I want every single lines of data, or every single data. I want it to populate each component that I have in here. So I'm going to exit out, and let's take care of that now. So let's go back out here. Right, let's come down here. Make sure your data grid view is selected. And the event that I want to use is going to be cell click. That is it right there, cell click. So just double click inside cell click there and press enter. Now, since we are very close to this, I can just copy one or two things here. I'm going to copy this. That's the very first one. Copy. Let's scroll right down. Paste that there. And that is going to be equals data grid view 1 dash, that will be selected rows, and that is now going to be dash value. Okay, dash value, that should be, it's not dash value, dash cells. And my very first cell in this case is going to be known as 0, then dash value, and I will then say dash convert it to string. There we go, parentheses and semicolon. So that takes care of the very first one. So I'm going to copy now, and let's paste this there. 1, 2, 3. The next one here is going to be txt first name, followed by txt surname. Let's see, surname, the txt address, there. But the thing is, we have to change the cell array number. So array always start from 0. So this one will be 1, 2. This is 3. Let's add some more, then I'll speed it up. The next one is going to be maybe gender, telephone, width. So we have here gender. That's it. Now we have the telephone, that is txt mobile, actually it's called mobile, followed by txt the waiting allowance, txt w. there, and we just need to change that. That is 4, 5, 6. So I reckon you guys get the whole idea. I'm going to speed that up now. So let's speed that up. Alright, that is it, all done. Okay, if I run it now, this is what's going to happen. So let's click on run. So have a good look at the lines of code first. Okay, you don't have to do as many components that I put in on mine. So I'm going to run it. Let's see. Okay, so let's select any of these columns here. I'm going to select this. There we go. Look at that. There. And we can just hit on payslip for that. Okay, that's Tony Anthony. For Tony Anthony, and we can print. You see, it's beginning to make sense to you guys now, I believe. There we go. Close that. But there's a problem. Let me clear this. You see, if I click on any of these cells, I will end up with an error. You see that? So to prevent that error, I'm going to use try cache for that to just resolve that little problem in there. So right here, I'm just going to type in try. Get rid of that, and let's come right down here. So if you click on any of the cell, that will just give you an error message. Cache. You can add your own message. The choice is yours. So I'm just going to leave it like that. That's fine. Let's run it again. There we go. So if I click on any of these cells now, you see that error message comes out because I'm clicking on the wrong column. So if I click here, that's cool. Okay, that's much better. Right. Now this is working fine. That's fine. We need 1, 2, and 3. So we are almost there now. So let's take care of first thing first. Let's take care of update and delete. Alright, let's take care of those. I'm going to go back in here. Okay, let's take care of delete. Yeah, why not? Double click on delete. There we go. I'm going to use try cache for these ones because if there's any error, so that I know what's going on. Try, and let's cache whatever error that I might run into. Paste that in. Now, okay, I'm going to copy some of the functions that I use to open up my database instead of reinventing the wheel. Let's go to where I have my function here. Somewhere here. Let's keep going. Right. I'm going to copy from here. Okay, let's grab it from here. Take it down up to here, and if I grab this, I'm gonna have to change it. Okay, yeah, I can grab this as well for now. I just change it around. Copy, and let's go back down there. Paste that in here. All right. Okay, but right in here, I'm gonna need a command to take care of that. So MySql command, use that to open up this system. So copy this and just let's change it. Change here so that the error on the garbage collector will go away, and that is supposed to be command. So I'm going to change this to cmd. Right, and here the SQL query, I'm going to have to change that to delete. Delete. Right. Delete from employee. Okay, in that case, we have to say where. Delete from where. So, okay, let's just enter where. If you don't enter your ID, you end up deleting everything. Where ID equals plus ID plus there. And I have 1 here, 2 here, so let's enter double there, double speech mark, and that takes care of that. Now what else? We need to then open this up, so let's ask it to open it up right underneath here. Open up my system, so dash dot open the database. There we go. And we also need the reader to read from the command, so let's come here. I guess you guys can see what I'm up to. So I'm going to come down here and just enter SQL read equals command and this command I would like you to dash execute the reader, execute reader, and get rid of this end. It's just the reader that I want. Execute the reader, parentheses, there we go. Okay, that's fine. So what about if I'm able to do that? Maybe I should just add a message box and say, come on man, I've just deleted something. So let's come here first. Let's close that first. Dash close. There. And let's come right down here. Now I'm going to add a message box in there. Copy this, paste that in there. Let's just enter record deleted. Record deleted. Okay, let's enter another argument in there. This argument will be employee system. One more argument or 2 more arguments. Message box button column. Okay, and the final argument will be an icon. Let's enter message box icon, and that is going to be column. Let's call that information. Yeah. Okay, information or exclamation. Whatever, you can use whatever you like. Let me just change things around. I've been using information for so long. Okay, exclamation, that's it. So when you hit on delete, that will pop up. Okay, so that is taken care of. Okay, that's fine. So let's take care of the update. I'm going to copy some lines of code here to help me speed up things for the update. Copy that. Yeah, just that. Let's go straight for the update. Come right down here. So we're taking care of all of these. Just update and total. Those are a bit long. A lot of coding in there. So paste that in there. And let's close up this. Copy this so that there won't be any error. And paste it right here. There. Now the error is gone. Now to update, we want to update every single cells. So I've actually officially updated the reference. Now I'm going to copy that so that I can use that to update the others. Copy. The next one here is going to be first name, surname, address, gender, maybe mobile, and so on. So let's change this to txt. Txt, first name. The first name is there, so the text on that will be first name. This is surname. And this will be txt surname. The next one is address. here are the variables, or those are the columns on my database. Okay, that's what I'm using for my updates. That's going to be address, and after the address I have gender, COB, gender. Just going to enter gender out there, and after gender I have mobile phone, TXT mobile, paste mobile here. So you guys get the whole idea. Now I'm just going to speed that up. Okay, so all the components that I intend to update, they are all there now. So take a good look at the lines of code, take it from the top here and up to here. But it's not going to work, not until we then finish up the whole process with SQL. So let's say SQL command dash text. That is going to be command text, and inside the command text I'm going to enter as follows. So update SQL statement, update employee DB set ID equals apostrophe and speech mark plus ID plus speech mark apostrophe. That takes care of the very first one. I'm going to get rid of this for now. Now enter a comma here. Then the next one is going to be first name. First name equals, just like we have in here. If you want, you can copy all of these and just change things around. Copy, paste, and change this to first name. Okay, I believe you get the whole idea now. So I'm going to copy all of that and just use that for surname. Paste this in there and change that to surname. And this is surname as well. And so on, guys. So I'm going to have to speed that up. Okay, so let's speed that up. I'm just going to copy all of these just to save time. Copied. And there we go, all the components that I want the system to update. That is it right there. Let me show you the rest of it so that you can see it properly, or maybe reduce the size a little bit. There. Okay, now we then need to round up things. Instead of me reinventing the wheel, I might as well just copy it here. So that's it. I'm going to copy from here, copy everything there, including the message box, bring it down. So we open up database, we store everything, we restore it into our SQL reader. Add a message box, maybe, oh, this is employee system, no, employee management system updated, employee management system updated. Okay, now you see where I have exclamation mark, I'm going to change that to information so that you guys see the different use of everything, of each method. And we then close our connection. So let me change one thing first. You see here I said employee system. That should be employee system. You come right down here. Okay, now I'm going to call my employee connector. I think that's what I call it. Employee connector. There. Okay, that is the very first one that we actually created up there, the very first function that load up the whole system. Then I'm also going to call the one that will refresh the whole system. That is it right there. So let me show you those two functions. This connect the whole system to the database, this will refresh the database. So let's go up there and see. That is employee connector, and that is the one that will refresh it. Okay, those are the two functions that I've just called there. So that is fine. We can even run it and see how the whole system works for now, although we won't be able to insert, but that's no big deal. That's the last process we have to go through. So let's run it. Okay, decision time. Let's check out this. I'm just going to click on that where we have Sally Montana. Let's change the name to Sally Stanmore there, and here we have Sally as male, so let's change that to female. Sally has the same phone number with Montana. We're going to change that as Sally's number. I won't be able to do anything with this until I take care of the total, so let's assume that is all sorted. So I'm going to update Sally's the no. We need to update Sally's tax reference and the NI number as well of Sally, NI code. There we go. So all our changes, all we just need to now do is to try out our update. Yeah, record deleted. No, that is for update, so I need to change this message. Information is there, that's fine. There we go. Sally's name is now updated to Sally Stanmore. She's no longer married to Tony Montana. I don't blame her. Alright, that's it. So let's come in here. Let's try and update Santana as well. Click on that. Okay, click on Santana. There we go. We can update Santana to maybe Santana Johnson or to Santana Kingsley. Okay, Kingsley. There we go. And we have 17 with Sally, so let's change that to maybe 27 or 97. Let's call that Warwick Venice. Okay, that's good. And change this as well. What else do we need to change? Change this as well. And this. So all changes are completed. So let's just click on update. And that is Santana. Okay, that's fine. It's male. Okay, the male as well. Okay, so all I just need to take care of is take care of this. Okay, that's fine. So that's it. It's working. That should be Santana Kingsley. There we go. Alright, so the final one. This is to calculate and also to append. So I'm going to exit out. Yeah. Okay. Alright, back in here, let's double click on total. Press enter. With the total, I'm going to have to declare the following variables. So let's say gross pay, comma, deductions, okay, and so on. Okay, all my variables are in place, so let's come down here. So let's say inner city, the variable inner city, we take in the value that is entered in here. So let's say double. column pass whatever we have inside txt with dash text. So any value we have in here is stored in here. So let's repeat the same thing for basic pay and so on. So let's copy that and just paste. Alright, basic pay, copy that, paste it here, and the name of that will become txt basic pay, txt basic salary. There, taken care of. The next one will be overtime. Copy this and we then add up error details, and this one will become txt overtime. There we go. And after that, we now need, let's get rid of this, we need to add up the whole process. So copy the gross pay, paste that in there, and let's add it all up. Gross pay equals inner city plus basic pay plus overtime. There. Okay, that is all our. What about other pay? Other payments. If that is there, we can always default that to 0. If there's nothing, then it remains at 0. So I'm going to add one more. I will just call it other payments. So let's come in here, comma, other payments, or other pay, whatever. Okay, we grab other pay and we're going to add it here and default that to 0, just in case there's going to be nothing in there. So other pay will be here, and we'll grab all of these, paste that in there, and this one will come txt other payments. There we go. That takes care of that. Now let's work out the tax. So for the tax, this will be for the tax. Okay, the actual tax, your pension payment or pension contribution, your student loan, and national insurance for your health purpose. So that's all of that calculated. Okay, we just have to speed that up. Time is not on my side. Okay, after the calculation of the deductions, all of those variables are now stored in here. Tax is stored inside tax, pension is inside pension, student loan to inside student loan component, and NI payment. The total deductions is now calculated together. To calculate the total deduction, add all of these together to get the total deduction and enter that inside the label called deduction. And adding it all together, we can deduct whatever we have from the gross pay, deduct by whatever we have in the total deduction to give us net pay, and the net pay is now stored inside the label called net pay. And that's all there is to it. So let me go down so that you guys see the rest. That is it. And here is just random, to generate the random number for the employee payments. Okay, now finally we now have to call our connector, database connector. So for the database connector, I'm going to go up there and just copy it. Let's copy it from here, and we just change things around to speed up the whole process. Copy, and come right down here and paste. And there we go, guys. Those are the lines of code that will insert the whole data into the database. Okay, have a good look at it. Let's move this up so that you guys can see it. There. And just one more thing left, and that is to do with the search function. I'm going to have to speed that up as well because time is totally gone. That is the insert lines of codes. So let's go back to total. Look at total. Take it from the top. Okay, bring it down. There. All the calculations. That is where I'm now inserting all of the data straight into my database from here. So insert into database. Insert into database. Right, from here down. Take a good look at it. And that's all there is to that. Okay. Now, let's go and take care of the search. Okay, right here to take care of the search function, I'm going to select it. That's it right there. Now go straight to the properties. Make sure the event is selected. I'm going to use key press for it. That is it right there. Come there, just double click on that key press. There we go. And enter as follows. Those are the lines of codes for the search. So I'm actually searching by the first name. You can change it to whatever you want. I'm going to copy this and use it for the button beside it. This is key press. Okay, look at this. The function, the event is key press. So for the button, I'm going to use mouse click. Now let's come right here, double click on the button. There we go. Alright, those are the lines of code for the key press and that of my mouse click. That is it right there. So I'm going to come right down and just paste that. But the thing is, when you use the function mouse click or the event mouse click, the carriage return doesn't work with that. So I'm going to delete that. This is for carriage return. Char 13 means carriage return. So delete that and delete this as well. If you want, you can implement a carriage return function for this as well. All you just need to do is to change the event, just like this. Let me show you that to you. Just copy and paste the code anyway. So right there, make sure the button is selected. Go to the properties. Okay, that's the click event. Now I want to change it to key press. Double click on key press, and there we go. So we can now use carriage return in there. There we go. You see, we don't have any error. That's key press. So that is all there is to this program. So I'm now going to run it and let's see how the whole system looks like. Okay, decision time. Now let's enter a name for this employee. So let's say the name is Mary or Miriam. Holy Way. An address 78. Let's say Uptown Road. Uptown Road, Queens Park, London. That's a female, and our phone number. Here we can enter anything here. The system will automatically generate the pay reference and the waiting allowance. Let's say that's the waiting allowance. Wages is about that, and overtime and other payments. Let's say other payment is about £12, and that's all there is to it. All we need to select is the tax period, tax code, NI number, NI code, and there. So the rest we can't do anything on that. Just hit on total, press the total, and there we go. Look at it, it's working. Oh, gross pay is not working. What happened? We need to check that out. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay, that's fine. What else do we need? And I need to enter 0 in there. Okay, let's see gross pay. I'm gonna exit and go to the codes. Yeah. Okay, back in the code here. All we need to do for this gross pay, that is it right there. I should have entered that. That would be the gross pay. Should be, I think it's LBL as well. LBL gross. Yeah, there we go. LBL gross pay. I'm just going to copy everything that I have in here and just dump the gross pay in there. So copy this, paste this here, and get the gross pay. Paste that in there. That takes care of gross pay. That's the problem when you are rushing. Yep. So that's that. Gross pay dash text. Alright. There. Gross pay is taken care of. There's one more thing I need to do. So right here, come down here. I'm just going to add the value 00 in there. Because if you don't add in anything, there might be an error. So let's say 00. Okay. We can also use when we click on it, you just get rid of it. That's another line of code. You can take care of that yourself. So now let's run the whole system again. There we go. Now we're going to enter another candidate details. The previous candidate name was, what was the name? Yeah, Miriam. If we select Miriam, that means there's no gross pay there. Okay. Now we can now get a gross pay of Miriam, but the thing is, this will change. Let's click on total. Yeah, now we have the gross pay of Miriam. Okay, and the other problem is we now have double Miriam on the payroll, so we can always select one without the gross pay. Yeah, click on delete. Yes, it's working. Look at that. Bam, she's off the record. Okay, but the other thing is I should have the refresh in there. Okay, so that's it. Miriam is off our record. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. So the whole system works as I want. So I can then select Miriam, the one with the gross pay. We can print out or her pay slip, and we can hit on print. There we go. I'm going to cancel that there, and let's try out our search. Then we can use our refresh. So let's assume we're looking for anyone with the name, let's say Sally. We can press enter. There we go. That's Sally. We have Sally's details there. Those are all Sally's information. Now refresh, decision time. There we go. We repopulated the whole system back. So that's the purpose of the refresh. Let's check for poll. Hit on this button. There's no poll there. Refresh, because we don't have poll in the system. Let's try Tony. We will try out T. There we go. Every single name with letter T is on the system. So click on refresh. There guys, and that is how you create your own employee database management system in Visual C++. I suppose you guys enjoy it. I know it's a long tutorial, but it's worth it. So please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. There's a lot of benefit for you guys. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.